Hey, it's Rachel from All About Planners. So I am a huge fan of the Plum paper planners. This is not a sponsored video or anything like that. I just really like their stuff. As an extra that you can put with their planner is dot grid paper. So I got really sick of the sewn bound dot grid notebooks. Really cannot stand it. The yellow paper, gross. I want bright white. So I thought, why not get a custom notebook made with just dot grid and turn it into a bullet journal. So let's take a closer look. I also got a couple of different inside paper layouts as well, but I'll show you that in a sec. So I got the smaller size, which is 6.5 by about 8.5. So they have 3 sizes nowadays, this size and then about 7 by 9, and then US letter size as well if you want to go really big. You can pick how many pages to put in the planner. I opted to get basically the maximum because I figured that was the best value for money. It is about 3/4 of an inch thick. It is a little heavy, so if you want something you can take with you, you might want to get less pages than what I did. The cover, you can personalize it and put whatever you like on there. I really like this pattern. I got another planner from them with the teal version of it, which is quite cute. And you can put your name on the cover if you want, but I opted to just put bullet journal. They have the same front pages that they have in their weekly planners with a This Belongs To page. Then you've got the annual overview and also the ideas, plans, goals page. And then you go into whatever add-ons you chose. So you don't only have to just do paper refill insert type stuff. They also have other sections as well, like blog and travel and all those other kind of stuff. So you could do a custom notebook that way. So if you find that you don't need a traditional planner, you like bullet journaling, but you want the extra stuff in it as well, you can do that too. So for the notes here, I got dot grid paper. It is the usual 5mm spacing that most dot grid pages have. It's light grey, so it's not really in your face dots, and the dots go right to the edge of the page. The only thing that I should point out is that it won't be numbered. So if you're used to that with your dot grid notebooks, keep that in mind. You can't get it numbered. I did do a pen test, which I'll show you in a sec. I also got lined note paper, which is about a 1/4 inch line spacing, which I find is the perfect size, and it is printed on both sides of the paper. And lastly, I got some graph paper as well. So I much prefer graph paper for things like habit trackers, so I don't have to rule all the lines across all the grids. The boxes are already there, so it's a lot easier. You can also use graph paper for things like savings trackers as well. And then at the very back, you get a double-sided pocket folder to store random stuff in. So the dividers as well, you get the same usual pattern that they have for their months in their planners on the front, and then there's nothing printed on the back, so you could use that for extra note space if you wanted to as well. So let's just have a look at the pen test. So huge fan of the bright white paper, because then when you use things like highlighters, the colors are really vibrant. With the yellowish paper that are on most dot grid notebooks, the highlighter just looks a bit yucky. It doesn't stand out as much, especially ones like yellow and pink. They look a bit wool against the yellow. So really like the bright white of the paper. As for the paper quality, not the best, to be honest. The marker pens do have a bit of bleed through. The ballpoint is what I would recommend using because you can't really see that much. There is no indenting on the back side of the paper, which is good because, again, sometimes in those notebooks, even the kind of pricey Leutrum ones, I get a bit of indenting from my pen on the back side of the page, which is really annoying. So this one's nice and smooth, and again, the highlighters have a bit of ghosting as well. So what I tend to do is just skip the back side of the page. So I would write on this one, skip that, and then start writing again on here. Or if I'm doing a 2-page weekly spread, I'll do these 2 and then I'll just skip a couple and then use these ones again. I know that's kind of wasteful in terms of paper, but it's just personal preference. I don't particularly like having that on the back. And notebooks are so cheap these days that I don't really care if I don't use every single page. I'd rather it be neater and you want to use it and not have the yucky stuff on the back. So I do tend to go through notebooks a little quicker, but they're so cheap, and then I get an excuse to buy another one and get another cute cover on it as well, so it doesn't really bother me. So that is the Plum Paper Custom Notebook. I hope you found this review helpful. I do have reviews of quite a lot, basically all of the Plum Paper planner layouts, and I'll include the links in the description box below if you wanted to check those out. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I usually post a couple of review videos each week.